Welcome back, dear friends, and thank you for joining me today for a journey into a world that is far more intriguing than you might imagine at first glance. Today, we are exploring a story about a coin, a small, seemingly ordinary dime, yet one that holds within it the secrets of history, rarity, and the thrilling possibilities that can turn a humble piece of metal into a legend. Specifically, we are talking about the one-dime Liberty coin from 1968. A Lincoln penny in terms of style and design lineage, yet a dime in the imagination of collectors who see beyond the everyday and envision extraordinary value. Imagine for a moment holding a coin that is worth $123 million according to the most speculative estimates, purely because of potential errors, mistakes, min-mark anomalies, and the endless possibilities that make collectors stop, examine, and dream. Today, we're diving into every detail of this coin's story, exploring why even small errors can transform a coin into a treasure, and why the 1968 Liberty dime captures the imagination in ways that go far beyond its face value. To understand the 1968 Liberty dime, we need to step back and consider its journey from minting to modern day. This coin was produced at the height of the 1960s, a decade of tremendous change in America and in the world, and the United States Mint was working tirelessly to supply the country with its circulating coins. Millions of dimes were struck that year, many for everyday commerce, passing from hand to hand, paying for goods, changing in pockets, and traveling across cities, towns, and rural areas. Yet among these millions, a small number of coins potentially escaped with unusual characteristics, tiny differences that are invisible to most but absolutely thrilling to collectors. These differences are what can take a dime from ordinary to extraordinary, from 5 cents of face value to speculative worth in the millions. One of the most significant categories of collectible coins arises from minting errors, those fascinating deviations from the expected. These errors can occur at any point in the production process, and each has its own story. One type of error is the doubled die. This occurs when the die itself, the piece of metal used to strike the coin, is struck more than once during its creation, but with slight misalignment. The result is coins that have duplicated elements in the design, often most visible in the letters of Liberty, the date, or the inscriptions on the reverse. For a 1968 Liberty dime, a bold doubled die can transform the coin into a legendary piece, instantly recognizable to those who know what to look for. Collectors dream of such finds because a bold doubled die can dramatically increase a coin's value, especially when preserved in excellent condition. Off-center strikes are another fascinating type of mint error. They occur when the planchet, the blank piece of metal that will become the coin, is not perfectly centered in the press. When struck off-center, part of the design is missing or shifted. The more dramatic the off-center strike, the rarer and more valuable the coin can be. A 1968 Liberty dime with a significant off-center strike that still shows a full date and mint mark could become the focus of intense collector interest. These coins are visually striking, almost like miniature works of art, and the allure of discovering one in everyday circulation is part of what fuels the mythos of coins like the 1968 Liberty dime. Missing clad layer errors are yet another reason collectors find coins like this so compelling. Dimes are composed of layers, a copper core with outer layers of nickel, producing the familiar silver appearance. Occasionally, a planchet may fail to properly bond these layers, resulting in a coin that appears unusually colored, sometimes copper-toned like a penny, or with patches revealing the core. A missing clad layer on a 1968 Liberty dime is a rare, eye-catching error, and coins with this anomaly are highly prized for both their scarcity and their unique appearance. Collectors imagine the thrill of holding such a coin, the excitement of knowing it's different from every other coin produced that year. Die cracks and die breaks are also a common area of fascination. The dies used in minting wear out over time, and cracks can develop. When a cracked die continues to strike coins, the raised lines of the crack appear on each coin. Some die cracks are minor, barely noticeable, but some are dramatic, forming large raised areas or even what collectors call cut sections of the coin where metal from a broken die is impressed in unusual patterns. A dramatic die break on a 1968 Liberty dime could create a coin that is both visually striking and historically interesting. The idea that such a coin could exist in pristine condition is part of what drives the imagination and speculation that fuels multi-million-dollar valuations. Strike-through errors add yet another dimension of intrigue. These occur when debris, metal fragments, or even small pieces of cloth or grease find their way between the die and the planchet during striking. The result is a coin with unusual impressions or missing portions of design. Strike-throughs are inherently unique, no two are exactly alike. The potential for a 1968 Liberty dime with a dramatic strike-through error to exist makes collectors' hearts race, because it represents a one-of-a-kind artifact of the minting process. The more dramatic and clear the strike-through, the higher the interest, and in the imaginative world of extreme coin valuation, this adds to the staggering possibility of extraordinary worth. Mintmark anomalies are another area where rarity and speculation intersect. In 1968, the Mint used various methods to create mintmarks, and irregularities such as weak strikes, filled mintmarks, or slightly malformed letters can occur. A 1968 Liberty dime with a particularly unusual mintmark could become a focal point for collector interest. The smallest anomalies are sometimes the most exciting because they represent the unexpected human and mechanical factors at work in the production of millions of coins. Condition plays a crucial role in the collectible value of coins. A coin that is uncirculated, with full luster, sharp details, and no contact marks, is far more desirable than a worn or scratched coin. When a major error is combined with exceptional preservation, the rarity and collector demand multiply dramatically. Collectors imagine a 1968 Liberty dime in pristine condition with a bold error, and the mind naturally leaps to legendary valuations, in some extreme theoretical cases reaching $123 million. While this is a speculative figure, the imagination behind it is rooted in the principles of rarity, condition, and uniqueness that drive numismatics. Beyond the physical characteristics, the emotional side of coin collecting is equally compelling. There is a thrill in imagining that a coin you hold in your hand could be one of a kind, that it has survived decades unnoticed, that it carries with it the story of history, minting machinery, human oversight, and the randomness of chance. This is why collectors examine coins under magnification, study historical minting practices, compare subtle variations, and learn to spot even the smallest differences. A 1968 Liberty dime might appear ordinary at first glance, but when carefully examined, the potential for an extraordinary discovery is always present. Collectors also think about the journey of a coin. How did it travel from the mint in Philadelphia to the wallets of everyday Americans? How many transactions did it participate in? How many other coins from that year were lost, damaged, or destroyed? This mental journey adds layers to the fascination. When a coin with a rare error is discovered, it is not just a piece of metal, it is a piece of history, a snapshot of a moment in time, preserved in physical form. The 1968 Liberty dime represents that journey in miniature, a testament to both the ordinary and the extraordinary. The story becomes even more engaging when you consider the unknown. Many collectors imagine that some coins with dramatic errors may still exist undiscovered, hidden in rolls of coins, in old piggy banks, in drawers, or forgotten in collections. The excitement of potentially finding a coin that has been lost for decades, one with dramatic errors, in exceptional condition, drives collectors to search endlessly. This sense of possibility is a core part of why coins like the 1968 Liberty dime inspire such fascination and why theoretical valuations soar into the millions. Coins are also storytellers in a way that few other objects are. They carry the history of their creation, the intentions of the mint, the errors of machinery, and the impact of human oversight. A 1968 Liberty dime with a rare error can tell multiple stories: the technical story of minting, the historical story of America in the 1960s, and the personal story of the collector who discovers it. Each layer of story adds value not just monetary, but emotional and historical. Collectors are drawn to coins that offer these multiple narratives, because they combine artistry, history, and human connection. Even speculative extreme valuations, like $123 million for a hypothetical rare 1968 Liberty dime error, capture the imagination because they highlight the rarity, the potential, and the excitement of the unknown. Dear history lovers, now let's go to a fascinating journey into the world of coins, a journey that goes far beyond face value and into the realm of history, mystery, and incredible possibility. Now we are focusing on a small but captivating piece of American history, the 1-dime Liberty coin from 1986, produced at the Philadelphia Mint, often referred to in collector circles as part of the Lincoln penny lineage for its design inspiration and historical ties. What makes this coin truly extraordinary, and what captures the imagination of collectors around the world, is the potential for it to be valued at an astonishing $118 million in certain speculative scenarios. The reason behind this value is not its size or the metal it contains, but the errors, mistakes, mint-mark anomalies, and possibilities that could make a 1986 Liberty dime a true rarity. Now we will explore every angle: the minting process, the types of errors that occur, the ways collectors examine and value coins, and why a coin from this era can be so compelling. When you first look at a 1986 Liberty dime, it might seem like an ordinary coin, a small piece of silver-colored metal with the familiar design, the image of a figure of liberty, the date 1986, and the Philadelphia mint mark. Millions of these coins were produced for circulation, passing through the hands of everyday Americans, paying for goods and services, moving through tills, pockets, and coin jars. Yet within this sea of ordinary coins, a small number may carry anomalies, errors, or unexpected variations that transform a mundane object into something exceptional. It is precisely these anomalies that create the excitement in numismatics, the study and collection of coins, and why collectors are willing to spend years, if not decades, searching for the rarest specimens. One of the most highly valued categories of errors is the doubled die. A doubled die error occurs during the creation of the die itself, the metal stamp used to strike the coins. If the die receives more than one impression during hubbing, and these impressions are slightly misaligned, every coin struck with that die will display a duplication of design elements. This could appear as doubling in the letters of liberty, the date, the motto, or other features. A bold doubled die on a 1986 Liberty dime would be instantly recognizable to an experienced collector, and could dramatically increase the coin's value. Such a coin would be considered exceptionally rare, especially if it is in pristine condition with no circulation wear. Another intriguing category of minting errors is the off-center strike. This happens when the planchet, the blank metal disc that becomes the coin, is not properly centered in the coin press. The die then strikes the planchet partially or unevenly, resulting in a coin where part of the design is missing or shifted. The degree of misalignment matters greatly to collectors. The more dramatic the off-center strike while still preserving the date and mint mark, the more valuable the coin becomes. A 1986 Liberty dime with a major off-center strike could be the center of intense collector interest, both for its visual uniqueness and its rarity. These coins are not only valuable but also strikingly beautiful, often resembling miniature works of abstract art. Missing clad layer errors are another fascinating category. Modern dimes are composed of a copper core with outer layers of nickel, giving the coin its familiar silver appearance. Sometimes, however, the outer layers fail to bond correctly with the core, resulting in a coin that appears copper-colored, unusually toned, or patchy. Coins with missing or partially missing clad layers are rare and highly prized by collectors. A 1986 Liberty dime exhibiting this error, especially if it is well preserved and uncirculated, would immediately become a sought-after piece. Collectors are drawn to these coins not only for their rarity but also for their uniqueness, as no two missing clad errors are exactly the same. Die cracks and die breaks are additional features that can create extraordinary coins. Dies, like any tool, wear over time, and cracks may develop in the metal. When these cracked dies continue to strike coins, the raised metal lines of the crack appear on the surface of the coin. Some die cracks are minor, barely noticeable to the naked eye, while others are dramatic, forming large, raised lines or sections known as cuds. A dramatic die break on a 1986 Liberty dime could make it visually distinctive and highly desirable. These raised lines and unusual forms create coins that are not only historically significant but also visually fascinating. Strike-through errors occur when foreign material, such as dust, metal fragments, or debris, becomes trapped between the die and the planchet during striking. The resulting coins may have imprints or voids in their design where the object interfered with the strike. Strike-through errors are inherently unique, making every example one of a kind. A significant strike-through on a 1986 Liberty dime could easily turn an otherwise ordinary coin into a collector's dream, especially if the strike leaves a dramatic or clearly defined mark that differentiates it from all other coins. Mint mark anomalies are another source of excitement for collectors. While the Philadelphia mint mark, denoted by the letter P, is a small feature on the coin, subtle anomalies can make a coin highly sought after. Weak strikes, filled mint marks, or slightly distorted letters due to die wear or misalignment can transform a coin from ordinary to extraordinary. For a 1986 Liberty dime, an unusual mint mark combined with other era features could produce a coin of exceptional rarity and speculative value. Preservation and condition play a crucial role in determining the desirability of coins. A coin that has never been circulated, with full luster, sharp edges, and no contact marks, is far more valuable than a worn coin, even if both have the same mint error. For modern coins like the 1986 Liberty dime, a perfectly preserved uncirculated specimen with a dramatic error could easily become the focus of intense interest. The combination of error type, rarity, and condition is what fuels collector speculation and can lead to theoretical valuations in the millions. Beyond the physical characteristics, there is an emotional and psychological side to coin collecting that drives interest in coins like the 1986 Liberty dime. People are drawn to the idea that something small, overlooked, and ordinary might contain the extraordinary. The thrill of discovering a coin that no one else has seen or recognized is a powerful motivator. Collectors examine coins under magnification, comparing subtle details, looking for doubling, analyzing the shape of the mint mark, examining the strike quality, and checking for foreign objects. The excitement lies not only in what the coin is but also in what it might be, in the potential for discovery and the story the coin can tell. The 1986 Liberty dime, like other coins with legendary theoretical values, also invites discussion of the minting process itself. Each coin begins as a planchet, carefully measured, polished, and prepared. The dies used to strike the coins are created with meticulous precision, but human oversight, mechanical wear, and imperfections in the metal can create opportunities for errors. The Philadelphia Mint in 1986 was producing millions of coins, and the machines were operating at high speed. Amidst this efficiency, small mistakes can and do happen. Each error is a window into the complexity of minting and a glimpse of the unexpected. Collectors also imagine the journey of the coin through time. How did it pass from the mint to the hands of the public? How many transactions did it participate in? How many coins were lost, damaged, or destroyed? This mental mapping of a coin's life adds to its narrative, making the 1986 Liberty dime not just a small piece of metal but a storyteller carrying decades of history in its design and imperfections. Each mark, anomaly, and variation represents a moment in time, a unique intersection of human activity and mechanical processes. The speculative extreme value of $118 million for a rare 1986 Liberty dime error is part of the imagination that fuels the coin collecting world. While this is not a confirmed market figure, it illustrates the fascination with rarity, condition, and uniqueness. Collectors love to imagine the ultimate rarity, a coin that survived perfectly, with a dramatic error, preserved in mint state for decades. The theoretical valuation highlights not only the potential financial value but also the emotional and intellectual excitement that comes from engaging with the unknown and rare. Coin collecting is more than just about money. It is about discovery, history, and connection. Each coin is a physical link to the past, a tangible reminder of the processes, people, and materials involved in its creation. A 1986 Liberty dime with significant errors embodies these connections, bridging the technical aspects of minting, the cultural significance of American currency, and the personal excitement of collectors who hunt for the extraordinary. The possibility that such a coin exists, waiting to be discovered in a roll of coins, an old collection, or a forgotten drawer, keeps collectors engaged and dreaming. My very important viewers, now we are going to explore the 1 dime Liberty coin from 1995 p. a coin that might appear ordinary at first glance, yet carries the potential to be worth a staggering $110 million in certain speculative circumstances. The reason behind this incredible value lies not in the metal itself but in the errors, mistakes, mint mark anomalies, and unique possibilities that make this coin exceptionally rare and highly sought after by collectors worldwide. Today, we will delve into every detail: the minting process, the types of errors that can occur, how collectors analyze and value coins, and why a 1995 Liberty dime is considered so extraordinary. When most people see a 1995 Liberty dime, it seems like any other dime in circulation, a small silver-colored piece of metal featuring the familiar design, the date 1995, and the Philadelphia mint mark indicated by the letter P. Millions of these coins were produced that year, and many of them entered general circulation, passing from hand to hand, paying for everyday goods and services, carried in wallets, purses, and coin jars. Yet, within this vast sea of ordinary coins, there exists the possibility that some coins escape the minting process with anomalies, errors, or unexpected variations. These differences, often invisible to the casual observer, are what transform a humble dime into a coin of incredible value. One of the most prized categories of coins for collectors are those with doubled die errors. A doubled die occurs during the creation of the die itself, the metal stamp used to strike the coin, when it receives multiple impressions that are slightly misaligned. This results in coins struck from the die showing a duplicated appearance in design elements, most commonly seen in letters, numbers, or even elements of the central design. For a 1995 Liberty dime, a bold doubled die could dramatically increase its value, especially if the coin is in excellent condition with full mint luster. Collectors dream of discovering these coins because they represent both a technical anomaly and a piece of history, a tangible connection to the process of coin production. Off-center strikes are another category of error that collectors find fascinating. These occur when the planchet, the blank piece of metal that will become the coin, is not properly centered during striking. The die then strikes the planchet unevenly, resulting in a coin with parts of the design missing or shifted. The more pronounced the off-center strike, the rarer and more valuable the coin becomes. A 1995 Liberty dime with a significant off-center strike that still displays the date and mint mark could attract intense collector interest. These coins are visually striking and often regarded as miniature works of art due to their unusual appearance. Missing clad layer errors are also significant for modern coins like the 1995 Liberty dime. Dimes are composed of a copper core with outer layers of nickel, producing their familiar silver appearance. Occasionally, the outer layers fail to bond properly with the core, resulting in coins that are partially copper-toned, patchy, or unusually colored. Coins with missing or partially missing clad layers are rare and highly valued by collectors. A 1995 Liberty dime exhibiting this error, especially if uncirculated and well preserved, becomes an exceptional collectible. These errors highlight both the uniqueness of the coin and the complexity of the minting process. Die cracks and die breaks are another area where coins become extraordinary. Dies, like any tool, wear over time, and cracks can develop in the metal. When a cracked die continues to strike coins, the raised metal from the crack is imprinted onto the coin. Some die cracks are minor and barely noticeable, while others are dramatic, forming raised lines or even cut sections where the metal fills in gaps caused by a broken die. A 1995 Liberty dime with a dramatic die crack or cut is visually distinctive and highly desirable. Each crack tells a story about the die's lifespan and the conditions under which the coins were produced. Strike-through errors occur when debris or foreign material becomes trapped between the die and the planchet during striking. The result is a coin with unusual impressions, voids, or missing areas in its design. Strike-through errors are inherently unique, making each one of a kind. A 1995 Liberty dime with a dramatic strike-through would be extremely exciting for collectors because it represents an unpredictable anomaly, creating a coin that is impossible to replicate exactly. Mintmark anomalies are yet another fascinating area for collectors. While the Philadelphia mint mark is a small feature, subtle variations in its appearance can greatly affect a coin's desirability. Weak strikes, filled mint marks, or slightly malformed letters can turn an ordinary coin into an extraordinary one. A 1995p Liberty dime with a particularly unusual or distorted mint mark could command extreme collector interest. The mint mark, although tiny, carries enormous significance in terms of rarity and potential value. Condition and preservation are critical factors in determining a coin's value. A coin that is uncirculated, showing no wear, with full luster, sharp edges, and no contact marks, is far more valuable than one that has been circulated and shows signs of handling. For modern coins like the 1995p Liberty dime, an uncirculated specimen with a significant error could easily become the focus of intense collector attention. The combination of rarity, error type, and exceptional preservation creates coins that are highly prized and capable of commanding astronomical valuations. The story of a 1995p Liberty dime is not just about the physical coin, but also about its journey through time. How did it travel from the mint to the hands of collectors? How many transactions did it participate in before being lost, damaged, or hidden away? Collectors often imagine these journeys as they study and evaluate coins. Each mark, flaw, or anomaly tells part of the coin's history, making it not just a piece of metal, but a storyteller. A 1995p Liberty dime with a rare error captures decades of history and the human stories intertwined with its production and circulation. Collectors also engage with the thrill of the unknown. Many speculate that coins with dramatic errors may still exist, hidden in rolls of coins, piggy banks, or forgotten collections. The possibility that a one-of-a-kind 1995p Liberty dime could be discovered at any moment adds to the excitement of collecting. It is this combination of rarity, historical context, and potential discovery that fuels the multi-million-dollar valuations attributed to such coins in speculative circles. Coins like the 1995p Liberty dime also offer a fascinating window into the minting process itself. Each coin begins as a planchet, carefully measured, polished, and prepared. The dies used to strike coins are manufactured with precision, yet even with modern technology, human oversight, mechanical wear, and imperfections in metal can lead to errors. In 1995, the Philadelphia Mint produced millions of dimes efficiently, but even with rigorous quality control, minor errors inevitably occurred. Each coin with an error is a snapshot of these processes and the rare imperfections that make certain coins so collectible. The emotional side of collecting cannot be understated. People are drawn to coins like the 1995p Liberty dime because of the potential for discovery, the excitement of finding something unique, and the satisfaction of connecting with history. Collectors examine coins under magnification, study subtle design features, compare mint marks, analyze strikes, and check for foreign debris. The value of a coin is not only monetary but also emotional and intellectual, representing the culmination of research, observation, and patience. Speculative valuations of $110 million for a rare 1995p Liberty dime highlight the power of rarity, condition, and uniqueness. While such valuations are theoretical, they capture the imagination of collectors who understand the principles of scarcity and desirability. The potential for a dramatic error on a well-preserved coin creates an opportunity for legendary value, and even discussing these possibilities is part of the excitement that drives the numismatic community. Coins are more than just currency, they are miniature artifacts of history, technical achievement, and human ingenuity. A 1995p Liberty dime with a rare error connects us to the minting process, the historical moment in which it was produced, and the collectors who appreciate its uniqueness. Each flaw or anomaly becomes part of a larger narrative that adds depth and meaning to the coin. It is this combination of artistry, history, and rarity that makes collecting coins like the 1995p Liberty dime such an absorbing and rewarding pursuit. Collectors also consider the broader implications of rare coins. They study historical minting practices, analyze trends in coin errors, and speculate on the potential for undiscovered anomalies. My very respectable viewers, again, thanks for joining my channel for an exciting journey into the world of coin collecting, a world where the smallest objects carry stories of history, chance, and incredible value. Now, we are going to focus on a fascinating piece of modern American numismatics, the 1-dime Liberty coin from 2016 part of the Lincoln penny lineage in terms of design inspiration and historical significance. At first glance, it might appear to be just another coin from circulation, a small piece of metal with the familiar design, date, and mint mark. However, for collectors and enthusiasts, the 2016 Liberty dime holds the potential for astonishing value, up to $106 million in certain speculative scenarios. This is not due to the metal itself, but because of errors, mistakes, mint mark anomalies, and unique variations that make some specimens incredibly rare and highly desirable. We will dive deep into the minting process, the types of errors that can occur, the ways collectors examine and value coins, and why a 2016 Liberty dime is considered extraordinary. When you hold a 2016 Liberty dime, it may appear ordinary. Most people see a small silver-colored coin with the date 2016, a mint mark indicating the Denver Mint, and the familiar Liberty design. Millions of these coins were produced and entered general circulation, passing through countless hands, wallets, registers, and coin jars. Yet hidden among this vast number of coins are those with subtle anomalies, mistakes, or errors that make them unique. These differences are the reason collectors pay attention, as they can turn a common coin into a valuable and rare collectible point. One of the most notable types of errors that can dramatically increase a coin's value is the doubled die. A doubled die occurs during the creation of the die used to strike coins, when it receives more than one impression that is slightly misaligned. This causes the duplication of design elements on every coin struck with that die, visible in letters, numbers, or other features. On a 2016 Liberty dime, a bold doubled die could produce noticeable doubling on Liberty, the date, or other design elements. Coins with such errors are highly prized by collectors because they are both visually striking and historically significant, representing a rare production anomaly. Off-center strikes are another form of error that can turn a regular coin into a rare treasure. This occurs when the planchet, the blank metal disc destined to become a coin, is not properly centered during the striking process. The die then strikes the coin unevenly, producing a partial or shifted design. The more dramatic the off-center strike, the more valuable the coin becomes. A 2016 Liberty dime with a significant off-center strike that still shows the date and mint mark could attract tremendous interest among collectors. These coins are not only rare but also visually fascinating, often appearing as miniature works of abstract art. Missing clad layer errors are also highly significant for modern coins like the 2016 Liberty dime. Dimes are composed of a copper core with outer layers of nickel, giving the coin its familiar silver appearance. Occasionally, the outer layers fail to bond properly with the core, resulting in coins that are partially copper-toned, patchy, or exhibiting unusual coloration. Coins with missing or partially missing clad layers are exceptionally rare and highly valued. A 2016 Liberty dime with this error, particularly in uncirculated condition, can immediately become a centerpiece in a collection. Each coin with a missing clad layer is unique, as the extent and pattern of the anomaly differ from coin to coin. Die cracks and die breaks are another area of fascination for collectors. Dies, like any tool, wear over time, and cracks can develop. When coins are struck with a cracked die, raised metal lines or cuds appear on the surface of the coin. Some die cracks are subtle, while others are dramatic, creating coins with distinctive raised lines or sections. A 2016 Liberty dime with a dramatic die crack is not only visually interesting but also historically significant, as it provides insight into the minting process and the wear of the dies over time. These anomalies, combined with perfect preservation, can significantly elevate the coin's desirability and speculative value. Strike-through errors also play a major role in coin collecting. These occur when debris, metal fragments, or other foreign materials get trapped between the die and the planchet during striking. The resulting coin may have voids or unusual imprints where the foreign object interfered with the design. Strike-through errors are inherently unique, making each example one of a kind. A 2016 Liberty dime with a significant strike-through could command high interest from collectors because it is unpredictable and visually unique. Mint-mark anomalies are particularly important for coins like the 2016 Liberty dime. Even though the Denver mint mark is small, anomalies such as weak strikes, filled mint marks, or slightly distorted letters can turn an ordinary coin into a rare collectible. A coin with an unusual mint mark, combined with other era features, could easily be considered one of the most valuable specimens from that year. The tiny mint mark becomes a window into the intricacies of the minting process and a major factor in determining rarity. Condition and preservation are critical in determining a coin's value. Uncirculated coins with no wear, full mint luster, sharp edges, and no contact marks are vastly more valuable than coins that have circulated and show signs of handling. For a 2016 Liberty dime, an uncirculated specimen with a significant error could become the focus of intense collector interest. The combination of rarity, error type, and exceptional preservation can create coins with theoretical values in the tens or hundreds of millions. As collectors imagine the extreme possibilities, the journey of a 2016 Liberty dime from the mint to the collector's hands is part of the coin's story. How did it leave the mint? How many transactions did it participate in before being lost, tucked away, or overlooked? Each mark or flaw on a coin can tell part of its history. Collectors often consider these journeys as they examine coins, imagining the coin's passage through time. A rare 2016 Liberty dime becomes a storyteller, connecting the present to the moment of its striking in the Denver Mint and its subsequent travels in the hands of Americans. Collector psychology also drives the excitement surrounding coins like the 2016 Liberty dime. The thrill of discovering a coin with a dramatic error, something that no one else has recognized, is a powerful motivator. Collectors scrutinize coins under magnification, comparing details, analyzing strikes, examining mint marks, and checking for anomalies. The value of a coin is not only monetary but also emotional and intellectual, representing discovery, research, and patience. The idea that a single coin could be unique or among the rarest ever struck keeps collectors engaged for a lifetime. Speculative extreme valuations, such as $106 million for a 2016 Liberty dime with a dramatic error, illustrate the power of rarity, condition, and uniqueness. While these numbers are theoretical and not necessarily realized in the market, they highlight the fascination with coins that have survived in pristine condition with unusual features. Collectors enjoy imagining the ultimate rarity, a coin that survived decades, never circulated, with an error so dramatic it becomes legendary in numismatic circles. Coins like the 2016 Liberty dime offer more than financial potential. They provide a window into history and the minting process. Each coin begins as a planchet, meticulously prepared, and each die is manufactured with precision. Even with modern technology, errors can and do occur due to human oversight, machine wear, or minor imperfections in materials. Every coin with an error is a snapshot of the production process, a unique intersection of mechanics and chance. The 2016 Liberty dime is also a symbol of emotional connection and historical storytelling. Collectors are drawn to the possibility of discovery and the challenge of finding something extraordinary among the millions of coins produced. Each error represents a tangible piece of history, whether it is a doubled die, an off-center strike, a missing clad layer, or a die crack. These anomalies create connections across time, linking the coin's production in 2016 to its preservation and study decades later. Coins with dramatic errors invite further discussion of market value and rarity. They challenge collectors to think critically about scarcity, condition, and desirability. The 2016 Liberty dime, especially with a rare error, encourages collectors to analyze every detail, consider hypothetical valuations, and imagine the possibilities of discovery. The coin is both a technical artifact and a source of fascination, blending historical context with the excitement of collecting. Collector communities around the world thrive on sharing knowledge about coins like the 2016 Liberty dime.